What is spatial audio?
Hey, this is Julian from Sounddramaturgien.
Hi, this is Dominik from Sounddramaturgien.
This is Felix from Sounddramaturgien, and we'd like to give you an overview of spatial audio, or 3D audio as it's also called.
We will briefly describe what it is, what technology it involves, and how it is used in many cases.
Over recent years, the audio industry has witnessed a revolutionary shift. With the rise of spatial audio, this term encompasses a range of 3D audio technologies that extend beyond traditional stereo sound, creating a three-dimensional audio environment that immerses listeners in the midst of music, movies or video games.
This video dives into the essentials of spatial audio, illustrated through examples and explanations from Sounddramaturgien perspectives, how spatial audio transforms our auditory experience.
Understanding spatial audio. Spatial audio, often referred to as 3D audio, has emerged as an umbrella term for sound technologies that simulate or record three-dimensional acoustic environments. While these terms are increasingly used in the marketing for major tech firms, other perplexing terms like immersive audio or 8D music have also gained traction. At their core, these are the same audio technologies attempting to deliver sound in three dimensions, creating the illusion of sounds originating from various directions, including above and below the listener, thus offering a more intensive and, if desired, a more realistic sound experience. This is achieved by manipulating audio signals to replicate how sounds interact with the human ear and surroundings. Spatial audio is widely used in music, films, video games, virtual reality, innovative live performances concepts, and other applications where an immersive sound environment can enhance or even expand the overall experience.
Technical foundations. Currently, as Sounddramaturgen, we focus on headphones as the most widely accessible device for consuming 3D audio. Interestingly, a standard pair of stereo headphones suffices for most. A brief scam warning. Many headphones marketed as offering a special 3D audio experience or even Dolby Atmos, in reality offer little of additional value. The magic lies in the ability to manipulate sounds binaurally for two simple and separate channels, as human discerns the location and distance of sound with two ears. By simulating the subtle differences in timing, volume and frequency that occur as sound waves reach each ear, a convincing illusion of three-dimensional space can be created with few setups such as Apple's with its AirPods Pro or Max in conjunction with an iPhone, iPad or Mac actually utilize algorithms that, for example, attempt to spatially map classical stereo recordings binaurally or make existing 3D audio often encoded in Dolby Atmos, actively perceivable through head tracking.
A hot tip. When listening to 3D audio content like 8D music or ASMR on non-Apple platforms, switch off Apple's proprietary spatial audio to avoid over-processing the sound. For non-Apple software on Apple devices, it's crucial to closely monitor how spatial effects are calculated and consider disabling the feature to prevent a diminished experience. There are also setups involving multiple speakers or soundbar for experiencing 3D audio. Unfortunately, audio productions are rarely designed specifically for three-dimensional space. Music labels often attempt to spatialize stereo mixes artificially, which doesn't work well because the algorithm would need to invent sound information to make sounds placed in space perceptibly. Perhaps future AI might overcome this challenge.
Applications of spatial audio. Music production. Artists and producers are increasingly experimenting with spatial audio to provide listeners with a higher aesthetic experience. In albums designed with spatial audio, each instrument and voice occupies its own place in space, giving the listener a feeling of being in the middle of a live performance or an immersive sound art sphere. Apple Music, for example, offers a growing number of tracks in Dolby Atmos, a popular spatial audio format used by artists like Billie Eilish or The Weeknd to give their fans a new level of depth and immersion in their music. Have a listen and compare it directly with the stereo version. How do you notice any differences? We find Billie Eilish particularly exciting, especially when it comes to her song Bad Guy. because her ASMR-like vocal system in the intimate area directly around the listener's head fits together aesthetically and acoustically, as well as narratively.
Film and television. In the world of cinema and television, spatial audio enhances storytelling by placing the viewer at the center of the action. The roar of a spaceship flying overhead or the subtle rustle of leaves in a tranquil forest scene becomes tangible, creating an immersive and all-encompassing viewing experience. Films such as Gravity and Avatar have used spatial audio technology to great effect, giving viewers an unprecedented sense of presence and immersion. In cinema, the possibility of all-encompassing sound has been around for a particularly long time. And yet, upon close listening and detailed 3D analysis, the art of spatial sound design seems to remain in its infancy. With the advent of easily accessible and widely available 3D audio technologies, this could now take off.
Games. Video games have particularly benefited from spatial audio technology, as the localization of sound can or should be crucial to gameplay. In games such as Fortnite and Call of Duty, players can identify the direction of footsteps, gunshots and other in-game sounds with some degree of accuracy, which at best gives them a competitive advantage and increases the realism of virtual environments. It will be particularly interesting to see to what extent audio becomes more important. This is because the requirement to use headphones is even greater here.
Reimagining theater experiences. In theater productions, spatial audio can dramatically enhance the narrative by placing sounds in different parts of the room and giving the audience the feeling of actually being in the story. For example, the sound of footsteps can move from one side of the room to the other, simulating the movement of people you can't see. This technique has been used in particular in productions such as Complicité's The Encounter, where binaural recording techniques through headphones allowed the audience to experience an amazingly realistic auditory journey into the Amazon rainforest, blurring the boundaries between the physical space of the theater and the setting of the story. Another option is to listen from the perspective of a character on stage, for example through their ears.
Live performances and concerts. Musicians and bands have the opportunity to incorporate spatial audio into their live performances to offer concertgoers an even more immersive experience. By strategically placing speakers around the venue and using spatial mixing techniques, sounds can be dynamically moved around the audience or appear to come from specific directions, enveloping the audience in a 360-degree soundscape. This approach not only enhances the listening experience but also deepens the emotional connection between the performers and their audience, making each performance a unique immersive experience.
Virtual and augmented reality. Spatial audio is said to be a cornerstone of VR and AR experiences and essential for creating believable and immersive virtual worlds. Whether navigating a VR simulation for training purposes or exploring augmented reality applications, spatial audio cues help users navigate these digital spaces and make interactions more intuitive and realistic. This does not seem to be the case quite yet, but with the entry of the Apple Vision Pro into the computing market, the strength of the 3D audio is particularly emphasized in the reviews.
The future of spatial audio. With technological advancements, the potential for spatial audio continues to expand. Research in psychoacoustics and digital signal processing is leading to more sophisticated spatial audio algorithms that can even account for individual differences in head shape, ear shape, and hearing. Furthermore, the increasing prevalence of spatial audio content and countable devices like headphones is making this immersive experience accessible to a wider audience. Notably, the ability of headphones to always know where the listener is situated, thus always controlling the sweet spot of acoustics, enables particularly refined audio productions. public transportations or cars, where the seating arrangement is relatively fixed and defined, could offer another perfect future opportunity for spatial audio to extend beyond mere enjoyment to become an enhanced sensory aid.
Challenges and considerations. Despite its impressive capabilities, spatial audio faces challenges in content creation and distribution. Mixing audio in 3D requires new skills, tools, which are systematically exploring with our artistic field research project Sounddramaturgie. There's an ongoing debate about standardization across different platforms and devices. The lack of an established 3D listening culture makes it difficult for listeners to immediately and conscientiously decode what they hear or compare it with other similar 3D audio experiences. Moreover, the subjective nature of hearing means that spatial audio experiences can vary greatly from one listener to another.
Conclusion: spatial audio represents a significant leap in how we experience sound. From innovative narratives and comprehensive emotional effects in a movie to high dynamic music and reweighted video game balances, it theoretically offers a myriad of possibilities for both producers and consumers. We are on the threshold of a new era in audio technology, and it is clear that spatial audio will play a crucial role in shaping the future of entertainment, education, and beyond.
We hope you got a good first overview of spatial audio and 3D audio.
Feel free to write further questions and notes in the comments,
Or maybe you have some more advice and suggestions. Leave us a like if you appreciate our work.
And subscribe to the channel for more spatial audio content.
see you soon. Okay, den sprechen wir alle, dann kann man noch zusammenschneiden.
Ja, cool. War gut. Super.
Okay.